Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, here I have a cross trainer, a beta cross trainer rear wheel. We got a sprocket. I figured I'd do some tips and tricks because a lot of people don't know this, and then I started thinking, well, I should probably show this. So I got my gas here. You can use propane too. And what I do is what I do is turn her on, and I heat up the nuts on the back, and I might hit the front a little bit too, and I just heat them up. I already done that, so that was just a quick example. Then what I do is never try taking off a rear sprocket with these front, whether it's an Allen, whether it's a Torx, doesn't matter what it is. Don't try taking it off with that. Take a wrench. In this case, this is a 13mm nut on the back side, and then you loosen it. I already did this, and I did it a different way by having the rim on end towards me, but let's see if I can reach in there just to hold that on. And so then you loosen it. You loosen that nut. And I did that on every single one. I already taken two out. I took the problem one out first because I had to use the open end because somebody had already boogered that one up previously. So I hate using the open end because you can round it off, but nothing to lose. We're probably going to go ahead, and you're supposed to anyways, even though no one does, buy new sprocket bolts. You can get them on Amazon too. It's not a big deal. So buy new sprocket bolts. And, you know, like I said, they can be Torx, they can be Allens. But whatever it is, don't come over here without heating it up, without loosening, and try to take an impact like this with the Torx and trying to zip it off. Because what you'll do is you'll round these suckers out, or you'll break the Torx, and then you're sitting here drilling this out. I've done, not hard, but it is just more work. So the wrench has a bend to it. I put the bend facing outwards, so I have more leverage this way versus, you know, this way it's going to be facing down towards the rim. I want it facing away so there's more room. So we'll go this one. In like so. That's all you have to do. You just go around. And most people reuse these. I typically would, but because it looks like somebody has already been up in here changing sprockets at some point, that I'm going to just replace these. Yeah. And like I said, technically you're supposed to replace them when you do sprockets anyway. But most people don't. I don't even do that. I look at them, I see what the wear is like on these, and you can tell, oh, that was still hot, but you can tell maybe there was red Loctite on there. That looked like somebody put maybe some blue too, so factory was probably red. Somebody put blue, and that's why you heat it up, because you heat it up, you soften that stuff, they'll zip right out, versus rounding out this side and having a drill or them putting a wrench and nah. Just heat it up, loosen everything, then come back with the big guns, and then take her off. And I will hand tighten in reverses. I'll put this on, I'll hand tighten, I'll take that, and I'll just go down until it bottoms out, and then I do it by hand. I get a wrench and I do it by hand. You can go ahead and use a torque wrench if you must. Some people are so nutty about the torque spec. Well, when you work on stuff quite a bit in your garage or on other bikes, you kind of learn what is tight, is good. Oh, and I also will put some red Loctite on the bolt too, because red Loctite does not mean permanent. Purple would be permanent, or I think there's also white. Yeah, this is fine. Red is fine. It will come off. Red does come off. So, anyways, that's what you do. And then you got the old sprocket. Here's an aluminum one. And we're going to be putting on a JT 51 tooth hardened cased steel sprocket versus, aluminum. Yeah, it's lightweight, but they wear out a lot quicker. And yeah, they're okay. It does say it's a beta sprocket, but somebody's obviously had this off or messing with the bolts before, because they're rounded, and I don't really want to touch them with that hand. But there was rounding on them, so it leads me to believe somebody's had that, I would say, on and off a few times, or they just didn't know what they were doing and rounded them at some point. So yeah, we will be changing out the bolts with everything. I go ahead and order those. I hadn't taken a look at this, so I thought this was something I could get done right now. I can't, so order. And even us, we order from Amazon because next day. So we'll probably just get something off Amazon, and that will work fine. I've ordered ones off Amazon before, and they have worked really good. So there you go. Hopefully that tip and trick of what to do to get a rear sprocket off without needing to drill anything or without rounding anything is pretty easy. Hopefully that helped you out. Have a good one.